guys, this is Raghu Reddy here. Welcome to the show. It's your time now. On this episode, I have an awesome guest, and he's known as the Rebound transformational coach, as well as he's a TEDx speaker. He's an international inspirational speaker. He's a trainer and the author of the book called I Chose to Be Unstoppable. So I introduce to you Niranjan Nerlige. Niranjan, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Raghu Reddy. It's my pleasure to be in this interview with you. It's really an awesome feeling.
It's fantastic to have you on this show called It's Your Time Now. So, Niranjan, where are you located?
I am located in Bangalore. It's capital of Karnataka in India.
Wow. Yeah, fantastic. I know Bangalore because that's my hometown.
I see.
And
Okay.
it was those days it was called the Garden City, and as well as naturally air-conditioned city. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know.
Fantastic. And it's good to know that you come from the same hometown. Fantastic.
It's one of the beautiful cities in India.
Yeah. So, what do you do, Niranjan?
I am called as a rebound coach. So my main focus is helping people to bounce back in their life from any kind of circumstances, because that is very close to my heart. And I feel, when people can bounce back, they can improve their quality of life. So my job is to help them to improve their quality of life, lead happy, successful, prosperous life by living the life they aspire.
Oh, it's really awesome to hear that, and it's really, I'm really excited to have this conversation with you, because after having read about you and seeing your videos, it's really mind-blowing, to know that about your journey, about your story of how you rebound back. But before, I ask you the question, how you can help anybody to rebound back in their life. Can you share with us a little bit more about your story?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, I hail from a place called Karnataka, as I just now mentioned, and from a place called Davangere. I did my BE in civil engineering. I came from a middle-class family. My father was a retired police officer, and my parents are no more, and I'm the last son. After finishing my civil engineering, I got a seat in one of the prestigious institute called IIT in Mumbai in the aerospace post-graduation. So I finished post-graduation in 1991, and I had finished, and I was working in one of the multinational company, and this MNC had hired me. Specifically, they had handpicked me to send me to California for a very, very long assignment. In a couple of months, I should have been into US, and my documents were getting processed. Now, I was, almost in a very dream state, I'll be going for a very long assignment. And that was one of my dreams, always when I was in a college. So as you say, people say there is a destiny always takes its different turn in life. So on November 1994, I had a fall from great height due to a high fever. And because of the injury, I was paralyzed waist below, and I broke my right hand in multiple places. So it was such a very, very critical injury. And next day I'm in the hospital. So it is very difficult to accept, but I did not know that, I'm not going to walk. So one day doctors comes to me and tells me that is nearly after 3 months after my accident. So he came to me and told me that, Niranjan, you're not going to walk in your life, better get used to riding wheelchair. So this was a very tough moment for me to accept, because if the disability happens right from the birth, maybe you will get adjusted. But in this case, I was 29 at the time. So all these 29 years, you're that to a prime youth stage when your career is blooming and you had a stellar degree. Now, asking me to spend the rest of my life in wheelchair it was pretty difficult, and the whole world was very looking dark for me. and I was almost operated 17 times during my hospital stay. The worst part of it is how to accept the disability. So that was a very, very difficult part. And I did not know what exactly I had to do. More and more I started thinking about my future. It was more looking bleak rather than clarity. So almost I got into depression state, thinking that there's no hope. One day even I contemplated suicide, I contemplated ending my life, but realized that I couldn't even end my life as I couldn't get up from a hospital bed. So then it was like an enlightenment, you can call. So I got a very great realization at that time is that when you hit the rock bottom in your life, there is only ways to go up. There is no other way. So I was in such a situation. So there was only choice for me to climb up. There is no other way. My life was in rock bottom stage. I had a choice either to give up or keep going. So then I took a lot of time to come back to normal stage. And then I decided, okay, if my legs are not working, my brain and hands are working. So let me start leading a life and let's see what is there in store for me. And I wanted to bounce back. I wanted to live life as normal as able-bodied people, not like just a physically challenged person working in a very remote corner or any kind of a lesser job than my capabilities. So I wanted to lead a life coming to a mainstream. So then after 2 years, I took up a job in corporate. And the moment I got a job in corporate, next 2-3 years was very, very phenomenal growth. From a senior technical software engineer, I became a head of a medical group for quality assurance, and I was leading a group of 8 to 10 people. And I also played a key role in helping my organization to achieve a most coveted quality certification. My organization even awarded me with one of the extraordinary contributors out of 5 people. So we were 5 people in the team. So I was awarded as an extraordinary contributor award, and they even sponsored me a hand-controlled car at the time. And I was also called to my company's headquarters in Netherlands and asked to make a presentation there, how we had achieved our quality certification and what was our department, how did they achieve. And now I am addressing a group of 25 foreigners in Netherlands, and though I am in the wheelchair, but it was I who took all their questions and told them how to achieve what we had done in our company in Bangalore. So what mattered at that time was my ability, not my disability. I was respected for my abilities. So that was, I can say, one of my proudest moments. So then I realized the disability is not in the body. Many times the disability is in the mind. It is our own self-imposed limitations. Because so then I spent 10 years in the multinational company, and I was moved to another multinational company. So I had spent 2.5 years, and due to unhealthy understanding between my disability and the management, I had to lose my job. And so I had put down my papers after 2.5 years. So then I decided, let me become boss of my life instead of working for someone. So then I decided to become a self-employed and become an entrepreneur. Then I started giving training to all the multinational companies because I was in a software field. So in agile project management, I became a corporate trainer. And I could establish very fast because people started liking my training. I started even going for other cities in India, started traveling alone in wheelchair. And even I traveled 5 countries for my work. And that was an awesome experience. So what I realized is, life is like more and more you go out of your comfort zone, you will see other side of life. So if really one has to experience the other side of the life, one should go out of their comfort zone. So that those are certain things which I really learned when I landed up in US in giving a training in Texas City, in Texas State in Austin. And when I landed back and came to Bangalore, when I reached my Bangalore International Airport, it was such a proud experience for me. I felt I could finish the whole journey all alone myself, which would have been thought uphill for going in because I couldn't even lift myself from an aircraft seat. But still, with the help of proper planning and support, I managed the whole journey. So I traveled 5 countries. So then what happened is, in fact, I also started my own agile consulting and training company. And so I was a corporate trainer, but I did not know that, one day I will be inspiring people and making difference in their life. I was more focused on giving corporate training to multinational companies. But in 2016, there is some different turn happened. I was invited to Boston for one of the conferences where I had to share my personal story to the group of foreigners from South Dakota. So when I shared my story, so they were highly inspired and they said, why don't you motivate, inspire people, because you have such an inspiring story of bouncing back. So like that, so that was a triggering point. So in 2016, but even then I didn't give so serious thought, though that thought was lingering in my mind. But somewhere the serious effort started happening in 2018, where I started writing my book. So I published my book in beginning of 2019. It was released from Rotary. So that moment, the book was released. So my name started becoming more popular. It was appeared in, I was featured in news magazines, and soon I was also interviewed in Doordarshan channel in Karnataka for a live program. So then in the year end of that year, in 2019, I was invited as a TEDx speaker. So I started inspiring people, giving inspiring talks. Then I started coaching people also. So like that, so my life completely changed. So now I am a Rebound coach, TEDx speaker, author, inspirational speaker, and I am making difference in so many people's life, which I had not even thought when I fell down from the height in 1994. So that is something which is I can share with you, because everything sometimes they say happens for a reason, but how we look at and how we respond to the situation is very important. Like I remember this Jack Canfield's formula, E plus R is equal to outcome. So event happens, but how do you respond to the event changes the outcome. Instead of responding, if I had reacted negatively to that event, maybe I would have not been able to lead this kind of life today. And because I responded properly and took the whole life on my hands, took on the challenges, I redesigned my life and changed my life, and living such an extraordinary life, which I not even thought I would be living this kind of life, even if I had gone to US, if I had not fallen down.
When you heard the doctor say that you cannot walk for the rest of your life, what was your thought process? What was going on in your mind? And how did you come to accept that condition?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, when doctor revealed to me, see, first of all, I didn't even know that I'm not going to work. So all I was thinking is maybe something would have happened to my leg. One day I'll be getting up and still going to US was still in my dream. But after 3 months, doctors comes to me and straight away said like this. I couldn't even expect, I had not even expected this kind of moment. I didn't even know how to even react to that, whether it was truth or false, like that. So then only, my tears started coming from eyes, except that I couldn't speak anything. And next few days, few weeks was so tough, because it was not a thing which I had not even expected that one day I will be having this kind of situation. So some more days were getting past. Doctors used to come, nurses, and some My friends, relatives used to come. But the night was so difficult for me to spend. The night was very, very tough to spend the whole night. And it was so in that silent atmosphere in the night time, it was appearing more and more dark. My life, I used to feel that I don't know whether I will be able to really come up, get back, get out of the hospital. So I even started thinking, what is the thing I have done? What crime or what sin I have committed in this life? I even started questioning God. Is there anybody called God? If God had been there, I don't think he should have given this kind of punishment for a person who worked so hard and secured a seat in one of the prestigious institute. And now when his career was blooming at such a stellar degree, he has been asked to spend the rest of his life in the wheelchair with a blank future. So I really did not know how to respond to this situation. But then what happened is, as I just now mentioned, when I was in rock bottom, there was no other way to climb up. So there were only two choices. I had to give up or keep going. So then I decided, okay, let us see. See, one thing, let me tell you, I have a very burning desire in me to live. I had a lot of burning desire to live my dreams, my aspirations. So that was something which was making me to get back to the life. Even though I was in wheelchair, still I wanted to go abroad. Still I wanted to live a life of my dream. So that was something, that strong desire in me and can-do attitude made me to bounce back and get out of the hospital and get into the job.
Well, fantastic. So, what would be your advice to people who have a disability in their mindset so that they can go further in life?
Okay. Yeah, this is a very interesting question, because disability in mindset is, many people have their own self-doubts, fears, and anxieties, which I can call them as a disability. And this kind of disability in the mindset is worse than the disability in the body. Because if you have a disability in the body, like me, but when my mind is so unstoppable, I'm leading a great life. So, but even though your body is able, but when you have a lot of limitations in the mind, which we can call it as a disability mindset, it's very, very, dangerous. It's going to eat that person. So my suggestions, or you can say my suggestions, I can speak from experience. What I have learned is maybe one is that you should know how to love yourself. So when you love yourself, what happens? You start looking the world differently. You will develop that when you have that loving mindset within yourself, you will love yourself more than others. So that is one thing. Second one is, you need to have a positivity in your inside. You should know how to play your inner game. Okay, that inner game is very important, because many times we get stopped with our own self-doubts, negative self-talk, or our own fears. Then self-belief. You need to have a lot of self-belief. So because, in that, when you have this kind of adversities or any kind of disability in mindset, you start losing your faith and self-belief and start comparing yourself. So self-belief, faith, and finally get into action mode. Take actions in the life. So like, your inner world creates your outer world. So first is your inner world, your mindset. Then when you take action, you can manifest that in your outer world. So this is something which I can tell how to handle your disability mindset. It is a type of attitude which is there with many of us, most of us. But how do you overcome them is important. It's very difficult to remove them. It's very difficult to remove the fear, but you can have a strategy to handle your fear. So this is what something I can share.
That's really awesome, fantastic advice there. So what would be your advice to people who are facing any type of adversity or any condition or situation where they think it's impossible for them to get over it and go further in life? So what would be the first thing that they need to do?
What I would say is, whenever you have a challenges or adversities, treat those challenges as an opportunity for you to develop. Treat that as a gift from the God for you to elevate yourself to the next level. Otherwise, if there are no challenges, we will never be able to grow in our life. What I realized that the way my life 25 years back when I fell down and where I am now, inspiring so many people and living the very fulfilled and life of success is completely different. So that would not have happened if I had not taken those challenges as a gift to improve myself. The next one is you should think, whatever challenges, difficulties, it is always for you to elevate yourself to the next level. If you don't handle those challenges, if you don't overcome those challenges, you will stay where you are. So second thing is you should think that this is for me to elevate myself to the next level. So let me handle it. Let me come up with my own strategy how to handle it. Okay? And don't make it as a complex journey. Take one step at a time. Think as a live for a day. So even though the challenge is so difficult, but if you start thinking how I'm going to overcome these challenges for a long time, then it will be difficult. So take one step at a day and live for that day. Live as powerfully as possible. Then you will be able to start discovering your own way when you take little steps.
That's awesome, fantastic advice there. So Niranjan, what's your vision for the future?
My vision for the future is, I have a goal for next 5 years that at least I want to transform 1 lakh people to lead happy, successful and prosperous life from bouncing back from any kind of circumstances they are in. Because what I feel is happy and successful without prosperity is also not good. So I feel when you have prosperity, that means when you are having enough finance, money gives a lot of power for you, a lot of freedom. So I feel these are 3 very important things for people to lead their life. So my job is to see how best I can do to change their mindset and create the life of their choice and live life on their own terms. So this is something, the vision of mine.
Well, fantastic vision you have there. 100,000 people you want to impact. Very fantastic, awesome vision there. And of course, people require that, and they're waiting for that, and you are the solution probably. So, having said that, my next question is: if someone wants to, overcome any challenge or any situation or adversity they're facing in their life, how they can reach out to you and get your services?
I have my own website. People can reach out to me through my website, and I'm also have my Facebook linked and profile. And in my website, my contact details are given, so people can always reach out to me by sending the request. Okay, and they can also register for my programs or my coachings if they really want.
So, what's the name of your website?
My website is www.Niranjan, Niranjan, followed with my surname, Nerlige, Nerlige.com.
Okay, fantastic. I know that you have quite a lot of awesome programs that is going on, and one of the programs that's coming up, I think over this weekend, is called Stand Up, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that program that you're conducting this weekend?
Yeah, so this program is, the most favorite program why I called it as a stand-up, rewrite your destiny and you can is you can. So it is the stand-up, rewrite your destiny and you can. So that is the message of this program. So when a person like me who cannot stand up on feet can stand up in my life, stand up for my challenges and what I believe in, I strongly feel others can also stand up for their life and their challenges and what they believe in. So in this program, I help them and teach them certain strategies, tools, and techniques, how to play their inner game, and how to take actions to live their life of their own, what they had desired, and what kind of life they want. So that it can be in the area of career or it can be in the area of business. So once they finish this program, they'll be able to really have a completely a different perspective of the life. So then they can use all these techniques and methods of their mindset and take their life to the next level. So this is what the mainly if I want to say. And only thing is they learn how to become unstoppable in this, come what may. So no situation should make them to get stopped. So this is something I can share.
Wow, that's really awesome. Fantastic, fantastic. And this is something that's required for everyone. I'm excited actually listening to what you said, because perception creates your reality, and you said they'll become unstoppable. So what else they want, This is what everybody wants. Really awesome. And if someone wants to actually register for this program, how they can register?
So they can go to my website. So there is a link. So they can register by clicking the link. So program details is given and what results, what is the outcome. There are some testimonials they can go through and they can understand what is the type of the program. And if they like, they can register.
Wow, that's really awesome. Fantastic, fantastic. So Niranjan, I have a few rapid fire questions here for you, for our viewers, so that they can benefit from your insights and your advice. So what would be one thing that you want to give to our viewers, to whatever the situation they're facing in their life right now? What is that one thing that you can advise them with?
One thing is, what I can say is, don't get stopped by the situation. Okay, so think how you can come out of the situation. Treat the problem as a gift to raise your life to the next level.
Wow, that's awesome. Fantastic way of looking at it. Really wonderful, wonderful. Okay, my next rapid fire question is, what's one thing that they can do to change their mindset immediately?
So that is my mantra is, become unstoppable. I choose to be unstoppable. So keep saying every time, I choose to be unstoppable, so that you will trick your brain so that your mind starts believing that you are unstoppable. The moment you feel when you say I choose to be unstoppable, no situation will stop you. So you will learn how to overcome.
Wow, that's really awesome. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So Niranjan, my next rapid fire question is, what's one thing that people can stop doing so that they can change their life?
Stop doing is, don't compare yourself to others. So you are born in this world for some purpose. God has some reason for each of us. Your story may not be same as my story, but you can create your story. So when you change your story, you can change your life.
Wow, that's really awesome and fantastic. Change your story and change your life. Fantastic, fantastic. So Niranjan, it was really wonderful having this conversation with you, learning about your story, your journey of how you rebound back from dire consequences that you faced in your life. When most people face such consequences, what happens when it shows that it's a bleak future and there's absolutely no hope, they give up. But you didn't do that. You never gave up. You rebound back, and you're a true inspiration and a motivation to millions of people in the world. And I wish you all the very best to reach out to more people and make an impact and a big difference in their life by not only helping them to rebound back, but to become unstoppable by unleashing their true potential. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Raghu Reddy, for inviting me. Thanks for your opportunity what you have given to me to share my thoughts and feelings.
Well, it's really awesome to have you on our show. It's your time now. Thank you very much.